Hey everybody, happy Monday. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Just got off a great training with my good friend Kathy Callahan. And as you're coming on, as always, please do say hi and where you're coming in from. Please tag some people. Share this video either now or later. You can also do hashtag replay if you are catching this at a later time. Now, for those of you that do not know, our 5-day free LinkedIn intensive begins tonight at 8 p.m. Nancy and I are so stoked. It's 5 days of just LinkedIn, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Thursday, 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern on Friday. And we're actually doing 2 bonus Q&A days, Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern, Sunday night. Good to see Marianne jumping on. So make sure that you do register for that event. Type in I do in the chat box if you have not yet registered. We have over 600 people now, which is mind-blowing. This is our second intensive, and it's just great. We're just so grateful. And again, tonight is all about your profile. Tuesday is about building your network. Wednesday is about messaging and generating sales. Thursday is content creation, which we're going to go over a little bit today. And Friday is the 20-minute routine to apply to LinkedIn to get amazing traction. Marianne says she can't wait. I can't wait either. So again, as you're coming on, hi and where you're coming in from, tag some people, share this video. If you have not yet registered for the 5-day free LinkedIn intensive, type in I do in the comments below, and I will send you a registration link because it does begin at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, live and recorded. So even if you get there late, even if you miss it, you will be emailed a replay the next day so you can watch back. And there's a workbook for free that everyone gets to take along with the training. So what we're going to going over today, the 3-step process to creating engaging content on LinkedIn. Now, this is one of those things. Good to see you, Steve. Yo, yo, yo. Greetings. This is one of those things where I can promise you that if you follow this strategy of providing content on LinkedIn, whether it's video content, whether it's articles, whether it's video, whatever it is, you follow these 3 steps, you will get more organic engagement, connection, relatability. You're going to build that know, like, and trust with your audience, and it's just going to be very, very impactful. Now, there are 3 things that you need to do. 3 things that you need to do. Number 1, the first thing, good to see Joe coming in from Pittsburgh. The first thing that you need to do, number 1, is create a quote tile. So you have 3 options. First, when you are crafting your post, create a quote tile using something called WordSwag. That is an app you can download on your phone. I believe it's like $2.99, and you can actually create your own quote tiles. The second thing you can do is have a professional picture of yourself, not a scandalous picture. So nothing that you would post on Facebook and Instagram. Or third, just have the content. And I call this a naked native post. So no picture, no quote. It's just going to be the content. So you have an option when you are crafting a post, when you're crafting anything of that nature, you can do a quote tile that you can create on your own using WordSwag, and you save it right to your phone. I do this all the time. Number 2, you use a professional picture of yourself, not a personal picture of yourself. There's a difference between a personal picture and a professional picture, or you don't have to do any image at all. You just create the post, which I'm going to go over what you need to do, and you have no image at all. If that makes sense, type Y or yes in the chat box just so I know that everybody is with me. Again, if you're just jumping on, hi and where you're coming in from. Please tag some people. Share this video if you're on the replay. hashtag replay. And if you're not yet registered for our 5-day free LinkedIn intensive, which begins tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, type in I do, and I will send you the registration link of how to join. So, number one, remember, you want to create a quote tile using Word Swag. So that's WORD SWAG. It's a great app. Or use a professional photo, headshot, speaking, something of that, not a personal or just a naked native. It's just going to be content with nothing above it. So that is step one. Step two is the layout. So the structure of your content. So it's either going to be no picture, no quote. So it's just the content, which I'm going to go over right now. It's going to be a quote tile and then your content underneath it. It's going to be a professional picture and your content underneath it, which I'm going to go over. And Joe is already registered. That's great to hear. And he says, yes, good to hear that. So again, it's not too late. Please come on and say hi and where you're coming in from. So this is the layout and the structure that you need to have when you are building out your content on LinkedIn. Now, so you want to create, number one, a title. So again, you can go by me right now. You know, the title of this content is 3 ways to create content on LinkedIn. And then underneath your title is 6 to 8 lines of content. So I'm going to go over exactly what those 6 to 8 lines of content are, but you want to have about 6 to 8 lines of content. Remember, keeping it under 1,300 characters. And finally, have a call to action at the end of your content. Everything that you put out on LinkedIn, whether it's a post, a video, an article, should have a call to action at the end. And why that is questions lead to answers. Statements lead to nowhere. If you're not asking for a response, guess what? You're not going to get one. So you have to ask in order to get. And my good friend Deb just jumped on. Hey, Deb. So again, you need to include a title, 6 to 8 lines of value-added content, and calls to action at the end. Now, the content should be double-spaced as well. It should not be smushed like a paragraph. So if that makes sense, type Y or yes in the chat box. So remember, you're going to either have a quote tile that you created on WordSwag, a professional picture, or nothing, and just the content, which the breakdown is the title of what you're talking about, 6 to 8 lines of content of that title that you're talking about, and then a call to action at the end. That is the breakdown of how you create the content. Now, the third and final step to creating content on LinkedIn is this is what you need to do. So you have your headline and then you have the content, the 6 to 8 lines of content. So what should the 6 to 8 lines of content be? Well, number one, you must humanize yourself. Humanize yourself. So you want to make sure that you're connecting with your audience at an eye level. So relate the content back to you. And you guys know I always do this. I always say, with all the changes to social media, everyone's been asking, how do I create content? Because this is something that I struggled with. So you always want to write from the perspective that you're relating to the audience. That's the first thing. Then you want to give them 3 tangible tips or action steps, just like I did with you guys today, which is creating a quote tile, including 6 to 8 lines of content, and finishing with a call to action. So 3 tips, 3 helpful things that they can apply, value added, but always ask what they resonate most with. Your call to action should always be some form of marketing research to find out what your ideal client or your network is struggling with. Just like my call to action in the content of this video was of, what was mentioned, Do you feel that you need to get better at creating content on LinkedIn? And my friend Jody says hello from Japan. Yes, makes sense. Can definitely use and need to get better at creating engaging and thought-provoking content on LinkedIn. Well, that is what we are doing here. So remember, you need to make sure that you are following this simple plan. Remember, again, it takes time, but when you're creating content on LinkedIn, create a quote tile on WordSwag. Make it your own. Brand yourself. Or have a professional picture of yourself, not personal, professional. Or you don't have to have any of that. You can just do the content. And with the content, make sure that you have a title to your post. There's a title, which is basically what you're going to be talking about and describing. 6 to 8 lines of content. So really digging into what the content is and a call to action at the end of it. And then as far as the content that you're going to create, make sure that it does 3 things. You humanize yourself. You make it relatable back to you. You give 3 tangible tips or action steps so people can actually apply what they're learning so it's value added. And then with the call to action, ask what they resonate most with. So again, I wanted to break this down in very, very simple terms with what you need to do. So again, if you're coming on late, please do say hi and where you're coming in from. You can tag some people, share this video. If you're on the replay, #replay. I would love to hear what you all resonated most with. And you can type in I am if you're going to commit to really creating some engaging content on LinkedIn, because it's the best way to really build your network and your credibility and your authoritative figure on the platform. And if you, again, are not yet registered for our free LinkedIn 5-day intensive, which begins tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just type in I do, and I will send you the link to register. So everyone, I hope you found this helpful. Please enjoy the rest of this amazing day, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye, everybody.